this brings me to life coaches and therapists. What's your take on that field when I could just plug in my problem into ChatGPT and it'll spew out what I technically want to hear? Because as I said, it's trained with data, and what this is, it's called, there's supervised, unsupervised learning. So supervised is when it gives you input based on certain characters that you've input, and then unsupervised is when you give it a prompt and then it spews out information to the best of its knowledge. Do you think AI can replicate a therapist or a life coach in real time, or do you think that's something that it's a little
I think AI can be a incredible tool to help you take some action steps. If you're giving it the prompts of like, what can I do to feel better? I think it can start giving you some great stepping stones. However, I do not think that it can replicate what you're going to get from an actual therapy or life coaching session, because our brains are
mm-hmm,
wired with these mirror neurons, right? And the
mm-hmm,
mirror neurons are something that we experience when we're having a real conversation with someone, when we see them in front of us, their facial expressions, and them holding space. Like I know earlier you said one of your core wounds was needing to be seen, right? So
mm-hmm,
it's like ChatGPT doesn't see you. Yeah, it can say all these sweet talking things to you, but it's not
mm-hmm,
going to feel the same way that you're going to feel when you have a human in front of you,
mm-hmm.
looking at you, holding space for you, making those faces like those faces that are going to fire up your mirror neurons. We can't replicate that.
And to add on to that, the originator of those wounds are human beings, i.e., your family members, your friends, your coworkers. The people who you grew up with are humans who essentially triggered your body and your mind to feel the way that feel. So the solution to that is basically another human being to kind of unlearn that. You can't unlearn that from a computer. So I think that's such a great point. That's
This
such a
whole
great point.
conversation you and I have just had, the back and forth of sharing our stories and our human experiences. If I were spending the last hour talking to ChatGPT, I would not have gotten what I just got out of having a conversation with a real human. I love hearing your story, and I learn from your stories just like you learn from mine. Like that is part
Absolutely.
of the human experience, and I'm not
Mm-hmm.
giving that up for any artificial intelligence, not a chance.